Hey guys, and welcome to Bad in Theater, a game I've had on my Steam library for a long time because I saw it on that W space. Someone did the thing, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I thought, "Let's play it." Enter. Welcome to Bad in Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. You will make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. I like this guy. The human, the demon. Well, I'll be the demon. You control the demon doll. A fierce looking guy. Just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Attack it. You kill the human doll. Oh, I thought it was in cold blood. How ruthless. You found your very first bad ending. But don't worry, the story needs not to end here. Let's stage again. This time up, control the other doll. Human doll, you're a friendly little guy, minding your own business. How will you interact with the demon? Attack it. You both attack each other at once and achieve the worst possible outcome. What an excellent bad ending. Made possible by your decisions. You'll be well in this theater. Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, these behaviors will automatically be set to what you choose during your last playthrough. And now you get... Wait, what? Now you can turn each one on or off without having to replay from the doll's perspectives. Yes, my theater doubles as puzzle games. Now try turning the doll's behavior on and off to see the different outcomes. Go to human doll, friendly little guy. What do you do? Play nice. You and the demon doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. End tutorial. I'm done. Okay. Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. The game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings off on pace. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. What we got? We got the hero. We got the maiden. I think we'll start with the maiden. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are two. You know what? No. Menu. BMG. There we go. You were told that you are fated to be captured by the Overlord one day because you are a beautiful young girl. Is it Epstein? Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. Yep, there's Epstein. You love how you think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone. But maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? You're in a church. You pray to your God, asking why you have been born into this role of maiden. The divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impotent. Beating a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon just to, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It's pretty scary. Introduce myself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. The demon suddenly jumps and you starts biting a lot. How painful. Pain of yours is completely stupid. You think, why couldn't you have been more patient? Why couldn't you use that? Looking for trouble. You aren't angry or anything, of course. This is all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you in the sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you are swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Damn, Jesus. Consumed, baited. Okay, reset stage. Okay, maybe, we'll try that again. Okay. Let's skip. Shout for a hero to come save you. You yell, but a hero does not come. Oh. Patient. You think Hawaii? Okay. Same thing. Reset stage. So still make the fight. Now we'll go as the underling. You're a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You are particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away, and I'm barely boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring into another. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask Ola for a day off. She gives you a earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she is kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Let's overthrow her. No, you're sick of this Overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time to change and manage your friends suggest maybe you should be the new Overlord. At the sound of that, you announce your first act in rebellion and take the day off like you wanted. Your friends are very impressed. You assume talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak off to the castle to have some fun. It excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way past nearby village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says a favor to ask. You consider your options. Hear her out. You are in a good mood today. Okay, so we changed it. Good today. I'm rather curious about what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. You haven't guessed it would even be possible to understand each other before now. Going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. Bottom line for what you gather that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting, besides you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle, present her to the Overlord. As to where you found this maiden, knowing all full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disobeying, but not that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mention how you can't believe you and your friends are considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look at that was just a joke, of course. She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. A few hours later, of sleep, you really wake up at the sounds of battle. You emerge in your room to find the hero. A hero has slaughtered many of your friends, work associates. What a jerk. Avenge your fallen comrades. Why does this guy think he is coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac? What did he ever do to him? Lunge at him while driving his sword into your... He's busy driving his sword into the guard into sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kind of down. You like that guard. You wish with all your demon heart for that hero to suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there is no pain, no rehabilitation. More comrades pile onto him as you can watching this fades. Your hero is overtaken. Your army has won. You have earned your rest. Victorious underling and reset the stage. Disloyal. This we do to Overlord. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty crushy life, you think. There are those pesky humans who are willing to keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called hero whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole overlord thing. If you're being quite honest with yourself, you don't really understand the politics of it. But you're reminding yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil overlord they expected. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to higher standard like that. One of your underlings walked into the room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What do you do with this, underling? You know what? Grant them the day off. Tell them to take a break from stifling the castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be every once in a while. They thank you, happily scurry off to who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decided to nap for a little while. Being the overlord sure is great. You wait till a knock to your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. It's Maiden from the nearby human village. She said her role is to be captured by you. Maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient. Oh, I said impotent a while ago. Impatient, thinking about her impending capture. So you come here to speed things along. You're pretty sure her honestly, but regret to inform her you've never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. I think the world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. Lady seems to be having a hard time wrapping your head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. Put warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. I wonder what to say. Let her stay for a while. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice little chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. Her surprise that demons are not all what she expected them to be. You are glad that she seems to have an open mind all about these kind of things. You also bring up how you always instructed your army to avoid humans, as not to aggravate them. Get the heroes sent after you. That explains why the people of my village have been left unharmed is because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. You're surprised to hear that, and you thank her. You always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But the maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time and that you were actually super evil all along. Maiden laughs and at that. And she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can tell if she's into you or not. You notice the sound of battle have started raining through your castle halls. Maiden getting nervous, but you reassure her it's only underlings roughhousing. No big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that your army will take care of it. Isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop it? He is covered in demon blood. The maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation. As the hero out the door. You're not thinking clearly. You're seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about your castle and have taken it out of you. The hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come here for the maiden? Or you think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You're just talking to her. Why has it turned out this way? starts babbling apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing, but you are far away. I thought we killed him. Hearing that kind of bullshit. You've had it with humans always murdering your servants for no reason. You can hold yourself back and latch out of the hero. There's nothing left of the hero. The maiden has in terror. You are alone. Wrathful Overlord in. We'll go antisocial. Now we'll do hero. You're a hero. You not think of yourself as a pretty, reliable, and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You were told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. He even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out. You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You were born to play this role. You head off your venture to rescue the maiden. Demons will block you from your path. You kill them to gain experience. Kill them. Make a quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You're much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. No way to sneak past these monsters. Let you in. Cut through the demon army. Rather encourage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are evil demons anyway. The world is much safer without them gone. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after the another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There's no time to hesitate. Destroy the Overlord. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams and falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. Offering the maiden your hand. You taste it. After slight hesitation, she must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving the hostages. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You are remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. Triumphant hero end. Okay, so we killed her. Okay, what we're gonna do, let's go back. Flee like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. Wonder how you ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You take your chances at the castle. Jesus. Go face with an army of demons. There's no way you can sneak past. Ask if they'll let you in. You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you came here. They stare you down and feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was very easy. Overlord and maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. Each other confused and hesitate. Well, ask the maiden what's going on. Maiden explains that she was never actually captured and that she came here on her own volition. That was a pretty dangerous thing of her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. Return town with her to assure everyone she's heard safely. Tell the two of you to leave and you casually exit the castle. When you see a group of suspicious demons standing near the entrance. They're talking about assassinating their overlord. This proves to you that the demons really are foul creatures. Tell her about this. You understand what the maiden is thinking. Was better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. And though some have noticed you eavesdropping, the maiden takes off into the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the Overlord's room. The maiden tries to communicate what's going on, what you just overheard. Utterly barging and calling you liars. Who shifts the blame back into the little one. They only care about themselves. How low can they be? You begin shouting at them, and the whole room dissolves into noise until the Overlord yells for everyone to shut their traps. She threatens them with violence. This Overlord is no better than her subjects. If you sword tightly, if you had to cut through everyone here, they certainly will. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door and leaving the runt of the litter behind. You glance around for another exit, but there isn't one. You have the terrible feeling about this. Instant, a room is in flames. What kind of demonic magic is this? Pounding on the door, upset it's been betrayed. You join it, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. Next moment, the Overlord has taken hold of the underling, is crying for mercy. She thrusts the claws into the underling's chest, and it lets out a horrible scream. Back away, you don't want to be her next target of her rage. She continues to dig and twist her claws into its limp body. You can no longer watch. The maid, she's crying, her hands can't carry her to have faith in a time like this. You envy her. The two of you, the Overlord and his underling corpse, all consumed by fire. Damn. Okay, okay. Well, what happens if I eat... Okay, do it. This meal. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figured you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. I undermine without such much as a second thought, and you feel quite proud of that. Other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. They're screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. That's pretty rude of them. Haven't done anything yet. Put on a show. You attack the nearest human. He's old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. Screams grow louder and applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the village down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero towards you. He takes you out in one swift blow, with just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. The curtains close before our ending. Here's the dude. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's see. Okay, we'll take away we'll take away horny. Okay, skip. Introduce yourself. The demon doesn't seem to have really been listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agree to take you to their monster nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you come, and she squints at you. Turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens or to do anything else that would be arrogant to humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. Always been told that demons would one day seek you out and something awful would happen. Then a hero will come to rescue. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just you haven't been maiden-like enough. Overlord what should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound like so simple. This overlord seemed to like the complete opposite of you. Learn more about her and how she thinks. You resist staying and talk with her. Told you again that you should get lost. How rude. You just leave. You guess obey. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figured it's time for you to go home. On the way you got a hero. Yes, what you were doing. Don't you know that Overlord's castle is like right there? You explain everything that happened. You to think you've been lying to him. He has been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve. You're very upset that this so-called hero would treat you this way. Leave in a huff. Return to the village. Everyone was very worried about you. For thousands of questions, and you tell them your story. They say the Overlord never had any intention to harm anyone here, as they look uncertain in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. Interrupted by older man, he rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. Understand, you've already told them the truth. Do they not believe you? What have actually happened? They weave lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could have not possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing that they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be, so they say. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they never cared to know? Missed that before. They seized by the crowd and voices from all sides and call you public execution. You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder how would it have been better to hide the truth. You don't like the thought of that. You've always lived honestly, so why has this happened? Why are you being punished? Hear the instinct voices of your family and neighbor, but they, like you, are powerless against the. They can only watch as you burn. You can only cry for them. You are so sorry. Jesus Christ. Okay. Is that the stage? We'll try it again, but this time, let's skip. Introduce. Refuse to leave. Put down, tell her that you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen your own. Or try your stubbornness, but doesn't kick you out for anything. Hooray. Shares many stories about the demons with you, and little by little you realize there might not be the ruthless monster you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk getting the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realize that must be why you never heard of any demons attacking your town. Express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She said you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She tried of her servants getting killed off by them. I always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same about humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives, the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. Everything is, I said, it was just deceives you and other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be a super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this, oh shit, didn't mean to click. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all this time. You feel free. You always kept to yourself by spending time with this Overlord. They're very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. As you think that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first until you realize he has been sent to retrieve you. That's what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief. that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. You apologized for causing trouble, but really didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. You returned to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. Allows you two to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. Head back to the village when you feel something is off. Unable to take your concern, you look back over your shoulder. You stop in your tracks at the castle engulfed in flames. Is the Overlord alright? You can't return to the village like this. You have to know. Everyone is safe. You're already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan your the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Better jump, you rush into the burning castle to find her. But the door is shut tight. The handle was too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your fist against the door helplessly. What are you thinking? This is all because you've gotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick. You can hardly breathe. You haven't got much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself. Expected you won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the Overlord. Stay true to your role. Things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let a demon flame cleanse your rotten soul. Selfless maiden B. Okay, maybe... We're gonna skip. Okay, time to get back to work. Responsibilities. Okay. They're knocking your door and underling brought someone company. Do their job, not drag strangers in your room. Looks like they took an unauthorized break away from the castle. Scold them, but ultimately you are a little interested in the guests, so you all busy. Underling's not so bad. But nearby, okay. Let her stay for a while. Let her stay for a while. So get here. Aiden, explain. Okay, it's the same thing of using feeling well inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of the begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Keep her here. You know what? Let's save right here. Let them go. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You let them have the trust in that. You decide. With the hero maiden gone, you plop down into the comfort of your luxurious Overlord bed. Your room feels empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. Close your eyes for a while until a door slams shut. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed in by flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something is blocking the door. I have trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. You're being... I just gave up. They have zero foresight that the castle will be moved from it. This on burns. One burns. You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Ungrateful bastards. Choking thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being done. A bunch of cowards. You see them in hell. Okay. We... Lead Overlord. Log. Oh, turn. Save. No. How do I go back to a save? Oh, here we go. Look. Yeah. Keep her here. Maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her her wish. You tell the hero you don't want her. Take her home. Maiden assures she'll be back, but you don't budge. Hero is conscious now. If you don't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice. You destroy the hero before you can steal your maiden away. She's frightened. You don't understand why. Didn't she say she would prefer this place to her village? No, she doesn't have to leave. You take a step towards the maiden. She backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. She wanted to stay here with you. The hero was trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. We'll be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Selfish overlord in. We'll get that. Yeah, that's like that. And now we'll go with, yeah, skip. Okay, we're gonna save here. And just gobble her up. Change your mind and leave. You're like, I give up. You figure if people are this upset at just the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you commit. Also, they might fight back. This probably wouldn't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day out has been abruptly refreshing. You return to the castle thinking you take a nap. Your friends wake you up rude. Stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. Planning on a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you are in or not, in or out. And being a pretty lazy underling, of course you reply with, that sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead? Question your loyalty to their cause. Okay, we'll save here too. It's actually not that bad, you guys. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can what they're sorry about suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. Pretty messed up thing to do to a friend. You tell them. They slit your throat in response. The faithful underling. Okay. So we can have them. Oh, we can't have them. So we go here. Skip that. Hear her out. Skip that. It's time for a nap. Okay. Not that bad. Is it the same thing? Okay, yeah, it's just the same thing. Okay. Skip. Hear her out. Skip. You tell them that you were just joking. Clarify that you are totally in to win it. They say you were always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the overlord, you know how bad it is to end up on the wrong side of things. Assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. Beneath their shield of false confidence, you worry about how you're going to get yourself into this. Follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about it. You hear they lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. They could just that could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of thugs, unless useless without someone's guidance, your guidance. There'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on. And while showy death makes a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, probably the wrong way to go. Friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want it to come down to this, but you can't back down now. You have to be the one to assassinate the overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. Okay. Fuck. Overlord will kill you for sure if you get the humans. Telling the overlord everything. You shot the humans are liars. Said they don't intend, they blame the whole thing on you. They cried that it was all your idea, that was just with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. You can't believe they tell the Overlord such a blatant lie. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have the choice here. Shout. They die anyway. Trader underling in. Okay, maybe okay, skip. Okay, we'll save here too. Oh, that's the wrong one. Skip. Go home. Want her to, but I also want her to leave. Hang out. Okay. Let them go. Okay. You told the group of demons and plotted to assassinate you. You're not surprised how nice of the humans to care, though. Underling barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was the first Underling's plan. Everyone is shouting over each other now. It's very annoying. You tell them to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants would let their ambitions cloud the judgment. You lead them to try to take your throne. Regardless of who led the conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone, to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though. Lately, it's all do is sleep. You can start muttering Plan A and suddenly slam your door shut. The human underling trap is inflamed. The underling pounds on the door, cursing at their friends for betraying them. Violently stay the cowardly demons on the other side. How you die burned alive in your own room by those who thought you could trust? You should expect this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. Bane crying, why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. Wonder if you're cursed as well. You lift your anger and frustration, you don't even notice that you grab the underling that you blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cry they didn't want to have to kill you. Almost feel sorry for them. Okay. Yes. Forgive them. You release the underling kill. It wouldn't make you feel any better. But they're already gotten their punishment. We'll all burn together. Overlord's true end. Before you've taken back to the reset the story once, again you pause for a moment. True end? You said it to yourself. What was the point of all my effort if the true ending is just terrible? Or you were. This is bad end theater. It is pain setting in. But you should have been well aware of what you've been shown where you entered this place. It's a problem. I've seen quite often. At some point you grew attached to my little cast. I relate to their flaws, their picklements. You started wishing them for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that here, in my theater. My lovely crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you pardon the interruption. You're making a great progress. Continue to the next ending is always yours. Love it to you, dear guest. Damn, how many? 41? Bad end. Oh. Damn. Okay, I guess we'll do this. Your hero. Okay, skip. Slay them. Let you in. No, it's okay. You still have to kill them. Skip. Update Overlord. Okay. Okay. skip. Seem like a coward. Kill him. At the meeting was going on, she explained that she came here on her own. Never in any danger. She hesitantly asked why you're covered in blood. You know what how to respond. Overlord moves past you and out the door. To see her army in lifeless bloody piles. She's willing. It's horrible. This is your choice, hero. Stab her. You lunge forward. You. Okay, it's just the same thing. Okay. Skip. Play like a coward. Skip. Quit through him. Skip. What's going on? Skip. It's all misunderstanding. You hope she'll let this whole thing slide. If you could just explain yourself. You try, but the Overlord. Cool. She tears you apart, and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. Tragic hero end. Okay, we'll go with him now. Let's not. Tell your friends you were totally not serious about the whole thing. You're actually cool with this status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you look so comfortably there's nothing to do. Other nod, but they seem convinced. They seem convinced you say it would be more effort than it's worth. Oh, did I stop it from happening? Are you still gonna be a rebel? Sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your previous ways. Besides, you spend some free time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. Hear her out. We'll hear her out, see what happens. Save yourself. You look around, oh man, at the point you look far back as you can remember, you feel glad not to be in their shoes. Feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. What they expected of you. Maybe you start a new life, far away from any humans or demons. Will you live peacefully, alone in some deep, dark forest somewhere? Disaster underling. Let's see how many we got now. Oh, we got 5 endings there. Okay, if we do that one, have that, skip. That's not, skip. Hear her out, skip. Avenge your fallen comrades. Okay. Prefers not to solve things through. Okay. Slaughters. Okay, well that. Okay, what happens if this? Okay. Let's not. Skip. Hear her out. Skip. Oh fuck. Is this gonna be the same thing? Not that bad. Okay, still. Okay. That stage. Okay. Go with him again. Skip. Let's not. Skip. Gobble her up. Skip. Tell your mom to leave. Skip. Okay, well. Okay, let's go to Overlord. Skip. You sneak into Overlord room. She's taking a nap like usual. It's almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. Time to die. Okay, save. Save it right here. Check it out. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with this. You turn and leave the room, but find your friends blocking the exit in a panic whisper. You ask them to let you out. Them to have their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them that it's pretty fucked up and ask again to be let out. Overlord stirs in her bed while your head is turned. The demon shut the door. Scramble into the Overlord's closet to hide before you. She wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Light flicker out of your feet. It doesn't take you long to realize they set the room on fire. You hear the Overlord trying to get the door open to you're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. Damn. Okay. Okay, go here. Log. Oh, not long. Load. Go here, yes. Time to die. Dig your claws into her throat. So you do. Just that. She wakes up, not in the time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you, before finally expiring. That felt terrible. Reminding yourself it was either her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. The room to find your friends awaiting just outside. But please, only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You are the new ruler of the castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you as you had betrayed your overlord. Lord Underling, NB. Okay. Damn, that's how many? Okay. We'll go with him again. Skip. Let's not. Skip. Up or up. Skip. Put on the show. Skip. Oh, okay. Skip. Grant the day off. Skip. Your underling's a hero wishes to speak with you. About a maiden who was rumored to be here, but you never seen her. Humans don't visit. Oh shit, because she's dead. Or really? Ever really? As the hero takes his leave, you wonder why he totally trusted you there. To kill demons, this guy seemed like he was bad at his job, in your opinion. Are you still feeling sleepy? You go right back to your nap. Your voice is no, you aren't sure how long you slept. It no forces you awake. Everything around you. Okay, so it's the end. Okay. Can't really think of any. You know, I'll end it here. But I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And goodbye.